recently.
Legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool. Cool.
This is what we're getting.
Yep. But people recognize it's a fun joke fluff. Who gives a shit? As opposed to, here's Jiren, the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he is, though.
Cool. Yep. Get in there.
That sounds like a very similar to reaction that you just had about Dragon Ball Heroes, though, so I'm confused.
No. I was talking, DA showed me another Heroes thing, and I'm just like, cool. No. Super is trash.
There's the tenors of BG's cools that you have to like really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
Be in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse. Cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep.
No. Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it. You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing the Ganon. Because no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really that
I'm just imagining, like, just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school, you almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
So dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sexy.
keep willing out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
so they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
amazing.
all it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's the, that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing, and then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent
the Reddit?
is the thing.
Uh-huh.
See the Reddit stuff.
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and
Oh, great.
micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Let's get this shot of shooting.
Great.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise. So he's thinking this is gonna be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it, which would be very sad for Downey. I feel like he'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
Oh, he doesn't.
Need it.
He's
This
made
dude
his
is
money.
doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
Bro. He's just like, whatever, friggin' dog movie, polar bear, let's rock it.
Yeah,
He don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
If they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a
you
drop
say
from
that.
the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG, but we got Jinbei fans out there.
You have
Pumping
Jinbei
they fist.
stands out there. People who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
On that
Go
note,
ahead.
you guys just put out the first episode of A New Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. Then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. Because I just got drained for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep the energy up, and I'm just like, oh, BG, go on a huge rant. And BG's like, well, that sucks. Pause, look at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh no.
Take the ball, BG.
Oh no. No, sir.
You
Because
dribbling the rest of this shot clock out, my friend.
The issue with that was you went 4.5 minutes. We played about 20 seconds. I went for maybe 40 seconds, and then you jumped right back in. So I'm like, oh, he's got more in him. And then for the beginning of part 2, you go on another rant.
Oh.
And then you just, for like 5 minutes, go, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, he threw.
Oh, he used it all up. He got nothing left.
He threw it all
I'm
at the
not
spirit
an
bomb and still
I'm
had
not an
14
angry
more episodes
person.
to go.
But this dude was talking all this hot nonsense.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And I just exploded like 3 times. And then I just went. And it wasn't like fun. Genlock sucks. Oh my goodness. This was like, dude, you're doing stuff that legitimately pisses me off.
He was so mad.
Did y'all see that updated Sonic?
Yes.
I was gonna
No.
get to that after this.
Okay.
We stand with movies.
Alright. Yes. He looks so much better.
Look good.
Oh, what
It
happened,
looks
DA?
big good.
You were the one
No,
talking about.
no. I said it looked fine. Now
Uh-huh.
I'm saying it looks good.
Bruh.
I never said that looked good.
Bruh.
I was on the fine train.
That train was a crashing. Because he wasn't fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't okay.
We still doing this.
He wasn't a 5.56.
We still doing
He was
this.
a 2.
That is
That looks so much
very
better.
correct.
Yeah,
It looks so much better.
I said there was always room for improvement.
You're
That I always said
There was
that.
only everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 197. Whew. This has been a week.
Remember when I said last week that
less
this one
than a
was going to
week.
be a heavy one?
Wasn't even
Yeah.
last week, it was Sunday. It was this week.
Yeah. We've been through some times.
Yep.
And continue to do so.
Yes. The train is still a-rolling. But,
We'll get to that in a bit.
yeah, that's the main event. As
That's
a
the
reminder-
headliner.
Yes, that's the headliner. As a weekly reminder, Black Lives Matter. Coronavirus is still a thing. Remember how, like, a bunch of, like, the naysayers were like, oh, it's a hoax, they'll stop talking about it after November 3rd. By the way, it's November 6th, and we're continuously breaking records for highest amount of cases in a day. So shut the fuck up, wear your damn mask.
It's funny that every day there's a new record and beating the previous record of
Seriously.
yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when One Piece was at its height, it's just like One Piece beat the record of One Piece.
A couple days ago, it was 100,000. Then it was like, oh, it's 130,000 now. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, world cases are basically going up 1 million, like, every 5 to 7 days. It's nuts. US is still the worst by far, but other countries are getting hit super hard too. India, Russia, right now, the UK. I mean, the UK just fucking was like, nope, we're shutting down.
You got to. It's the only
Brexit.
answer.
Boris Johnson
Yep.
did a better move than Trump. Oh boy, but we'll get to politics in a little bit.
We'll get
We're
to
gonna
that.
go through all of the smaller bits of news, plus some other things we want to talk about, and then we'll get to election.
The grill in the middle of the room.
Yes. All right.
By the way, the grill is on steroids.
So, on the positive side of news, there are so many bands that are just coming back from the dead right now. It is really weird. So, the one that me and Ralph have been collectively freaking out
Technically, even Gorillaz did it.
about. Yeah.
Gorillas are always on. He says that he would just like take 3 years off and then he'll make 100 songs.
But wasn't it just like, Humans is it, y'all?
Yeah, and he just went, I like making music. And I think in the interview he went, I like making music and I got nothing to do.
But yeah, Ralph and I have been collectively freaking out about Defiance.
Bruh, did not see that coming.
I am so happy. Their new song is fucking great. It has been on repeat all day today.
Mhm.
I just have Star Spangled Banner and Lost and Forgotten just in a little playlist in YouTube. That has just been circulating.
I need the rest. I need more.
Yes. And they have new merch, which next paycheck, I'm just they have like 2 shirts and a beanie, buying all of it. But I'm just trying to support and be like, don't die again.
Live.
Yeah. Other bands, System of a Down made 2 new songs for the first time in 15 years.
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
Due to the ongoing war that's happening in Armenia, which is basically all of their homelands. 2 very good songs as well.
Creed was like, hey, we might be getting
Yeah,
back
I
together.
saw that too.
And I was like, who's asking for this? Creed. It's 2020, my dude.
Hey, people would love to meme some new Creed.
Oh yeah.
Um,
For sure.
Another one that was like really, I was like, oh, really? Jamie's Elsewhere with
Really?
the
Yep.
singer from the album that we did the MEP to. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But the guy, he's the lead singer of Mice and Men now.
Yeah. Okay.
He came back to Jamie's Elsewhere, and they're making a new album.
Okay.
Yeah. And the little snippets
Boy,
they have on their Facebook.
The post-hardcore scene is just so incestuous. Everyone's just kind of in with everybody.
But yeah, I just a lot of really awesome bands are coming back.
Charlie Simpson, who is the lead singer of Fight Star, which is my second favorite band. Tenuative, probably favorite if you don't count Gorillaz. It's one of those One Piece things. He put out a new song, and he has 3 different things that he's doing. He has his own little projects, which is just like sort of like an indie blink, one guitar and one piano sort of singing thing. Then he has Busted, which was it was a boy band back in 2000s, but it's still super, super popular.
It's like a pop rock.
Yeah. And then he has Fight Star. And he said in interviews, he said, yeah, I like doing all 3 of them, but Busted is for the fans, Fight Star is for his friends, and his own music is for himself. And he's like, I'll do what I want to when
he said Busted pays the bills.
Basically. They were selling out like $20,000 seat venues. But yeah, you know.
Another
he put out a song and it's so good.
And I also think Dance Gavin Dance, they did not plan to do Tree City Sessions again, at least anytime soon, but they've got nothing else going on, so they let fans vote on the song they want to hear, and they're gonna do Tree City Sessions too, and I can't wait for it.
And also, Story of the Year has been putting out 3 albums, 3 live streamed concerts of their albums, and they were like, "Yeah, we're working on new stuff," and so that's good.
Also, Ice Nine Kills had a interactive like horror concert type thing. It was awesome.
Wasn't it the drummer who kind of spearheaded that too?
Mm-hmm.
That is the drummer of Affiance.
It is amazing. And Ice Nine Kills is so good. Go listen to the Silver Scream. Such a good. Well, I'm a horror movie buff. Ice Nine Kills just does songs influenced by pop culture. So one, they did an album on a bunch of literary works and books like Alice in Wonderland, and then they did the Silver Scream, and it's like a song inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street, a song inspired by Scream, and it's just an amazing.
It's a good album. Now
it's a great album.
Now what I want to see, this would kill Patrick, who's the drummer. I want there to be a tour, once tours are a thing, where Affiance opens for Ice Nine Kills. He's doing double duty. He's just like at the main event, Ice Nine Kills is like, fuck. Just like
it'd be terrible if they were the last band to open for Ice Nine Kills and everybody else is getting sit up and he's just sitting on stage just waiting.
Just changing the front drum head from like an Affiance
just
logo.
ripping off a sticker.
He just got a digital
Ice Nine Kills now.
But yeah,
that's similar to. I'm sorry to cut you off. That's similar to what happened with Dance Gavin Dance 10th anniversary, where they toured with a lot like Birds and Slaves, which were headed by Kurt Travis and Johnny Craig at the time.
Right.
And yeah, they played songs together, or they would do certain songs. Craig would do certain songs, and Kurt would do his songs, and such and such.
Yeah, that's kind of like what happened with That was a similar issue that happened with I don't remember if it was Slaves or Drugs, but weren't they both headed by Johnny Craig? Mm-hmm. Whatever. The basis of Story of the Year was in one of those bands, and they were also there at the Warped Tour. So both Drugs/Slaves played, and then Story of the Year played. So he did have to do double duty, but that's a basis. So whatever.
Yeah. Another band that I've actually been listening to, just more on the topic of bands. I went back and just like every now and again I peek in to see what Lady Baby's doing. For those that are unfamiliar, that was the band with Lady Beard. He's no longer in that band, but it's basically just another metal idol band. And they now it's just like 4 women. One of the women though is like the heavy metal vocal screamer. And she goes fucking hard. Like, super intense growls and screams. Suffice to say.
I really wish Lexi would come back, the lead singer of Straight Line Stitch. She did all the singing and the screaming, and she was amazing. Mm-hmm. She's also a black woman.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You should feel
No,
awesome because she was
No, we know how
awesome.
you feel about that.
Oh yeah, you can't be mixing them. You can't allow it.
Make a black band.
Can't be mixing the races there, Finn. That's it.
Truly a Trump boy through and through.
So actually, that is a great segue. There is one other band that I actually want to mention. Have any of you guys just paid any attention to Trapped?
Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
because
Oh boy.
they got into a huge argument with Tillian. So all the Dance Gavin Dance like Facebook pages were just like, oh, these guys. So they were just memeing them to death.
Yeah, he is now a self-professed Proud Boy.
Oh
Singer
no.
Trapped.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
I have followed them on Facebook, but at this point I'm just like watching the downward spiral, so I'm kind of invested and I haven't unfollowed.
I've seen a few times people just go after them.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a interesting little watch. Half of their shit is getting censored on Facebook now, which is awesome. But yes, a lot of good music at the end of the day. Let's see here. Movie news. Got some images that Tom Holland posted. That's the Spider-Man 3 movie is now in production, where he was in the spider suit with a mask over his mask, which begs the question, is this being filmed at the same time as Uncharted?
Uncharted finished filming.
Oh, it did? Okay.
I believe.
Okay. I was going to say, because fuck, dude. Like, in the middle
Yeah, that's too much work. He's doing too much.
Yeah, in the middle of a pandemic, he's doing double duty. Got that. Johnny Depp is leaving the role of Grindelwald.
He
abuse
didn't.
allegations.
It wasn't a
Choice.
What's the looking for? It wasn't a
Willing.
willing. There we go. It wasn't a willing departure. He was asked by WB to step down.
Yeah, that is just a extremely messy situation.
Because his libel case failed and that other case is still ongoing, and so they're just like, listen, this is too much drama for a kid's movie, my dude. We need you to go.
Mm-hmm. Which, at least with all the heat that Harry Potter has on it right now, might actually be in his benefit.
Why even make the movie?
Yeah, it's over.
Nope, they're gonna recast.
I heard that second one sucked. So what are they gonna do? What, if they do recast, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna just like polyjuice? I need to hide my identity, or are they gonna, like, Vivian it, where they just go, nah, it's just you now.
It was
always you.
They could do.
War Machine. It's like, I'm Dan Cheadle now. Dan Cheadle, that's not his name. Don Cheadle.
Dan Cheadle. Yeah, exactly. He's a different person.
Hello there. My name is Dan Cheadle. I am the War Machine.
Have you met my brother-in-law, Darren Aaron?
People were saying that they should just recast Colin Farrell since he was fake Grindelwald in the first movie, and just be like, I double duped you. It was actually me.
It was always me, Dio.
So we got that, and then the last little bit of TV news stuff is RWBY Volume 8 is dropping tomorrow.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh,
we have a because reasons that we need to film. Team Karma needs to reunite versus
Drew. Oh, his computer is dead.
Well then.
How dare we talking?
Team
You guys haven't
Crew.
heard about that? Oh, you haven't heard about that?
No.
Drew did the thing I've always told him to never do, which is trust somebody. So his roommate bricked his computer.
How?
Trying to, was it reformat the drive?
Oh.
Here we go again.
So essentially, yeah, his computer is dead. because he trusted somebody.
Mm. No.
Whoops.
Just the sad ellipses in chat.
Sorry, man. Yeah.
But yes. Any bets? Any bets this year, Da?
Zero.
All right.
Zero. I don't know if they're going back to their ways. I don't know if they're keeping the course. I don't know. I two good volumes, but then they had 5 bad ones. So we're gonna at least make it to the halfway point where I'm like, okay, they've done almost as much good as they did bad, and then I can start trusting them.
Oh, versus. Is that what you're laughing at?
No, I was laughing at what DA said.
Okay.
No, Drew's is hilarious as well.
It's fine.
I mean,
deserve it.
Drew, you trusted a Floridian.
Mm.
Your first mistake.
Hey. Oh, wait, no, that's Georgia. Yeah, never mind. You guys are still trash.
All right. Then in the gaming news, Miles Morales reviews are coming in. All pretty good. A lot of it from what I'm seeing is just like they've fleshed out some of the side quest stuff, and just because it's a more condensed experience, it just kind of
Flows better.
flows better, irons out some of like the slow points that were from the first game.
Did they say how long it is?
I did not read that. I just know it's shorter.
I remember them saying it was going to be around as long as the first game.
No,
Ugh.
it's not.
I can't assume that. I was thinking like maybe 10, 8 to 10.
Oh, I thought I remember reading that it was going to be about as long as the first one. Is this going to be a super? Is this like a?
I don't know.
DLC then?
It might be as big as the first one. Oh, you know, Miles Morales was never a sequel. It's very much like Uncharted, the Lost whatever one with Chloe. Yeah, it's more like that as opposed to
I thought that
Spider-Man 2.
clarified it was a standalone at some point.
Yeah, no, it is a standalone.
Yeah,
So it's a 0.5. So it's a 0.5.
More, yeah. That's more apt.
Yeah.
Okay. 365 and a half days later. Gotcha.
The Switch surpassed the NES lifetime sales. Pandemic helping Nintendo out there.
This is the funniest thing. I don't see why the pandemic is helping the Switch so much.
Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I understand that aspect of it, but
Smash, Animal Crossing,
You're
Mario
saying
games.
the portable aspect of it isn't being put in.
yeah, that's more so. I mean, I know you can play on the toilet and stuff, but you're on the toilet, what, 13 minutes ish?
Well, I mean, you can play it while you're in your Zoom calls, either for work or school.
I mean, you could do that for any console.
And it's a lot. You can game it easier with a Switch because you're looking down like you'd be looking at a keyboard, or you're looking.
I know a lot of like my
in-person
roommates
mode.
prefer to play the Switch. They don't dock it. They actually just play it in handheld mode at all times. So there's that.
It's a little
aspect
too
to it.
big for me. I don't like it.
So there's that. PS5 won't support native 1440p, so everyone with gaming monitors are kind of SOL.
Mm-hmm.
And then BG.
Hashtag 4K boys.
Yeah. Apparently MK11 is doing things. that you're
Oh
happy
my
about.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Of course. I've been saying from not day one, but near day one, maybe even day one. Custom variations, make it happen. NRS, the most maddening thing about the last two NRS games, which are Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11, is they have a lot of moves that you can't use. You can't use them in tournament. You can't use them in the ranked matches. They just sit there for casual play, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of moves I really love that are in no variation. So I'm just sitting there stuck having to play Scarlet without Killer Clyde, and I'm big mad. So they just went, okay, look, it's not a point to keep shuffling these things, adding and subtracting. Just make your own. Just make your own. It's allowed.
But now it's gonna not only change up the game very drastically.
Yep.
But I'm sure that there's a lot of jank in those.
Oh My God, yes.
So they gotta iron out a bunch of just like, that's just casual stuff. They're gonna be over there. We don't need to even worry about that. Freaking, you can have 3 sides on the screen and they can just circle you or whatever. That's fine.
There are some moves where NRS was like, these are not allowed even in custom. They're not meant for any type of competitive play. So let's just say there's 3,000 moves in the game. It's more than likely like 200 aren't going to be allowed.
Yeah, like in Smash 4, they had custom moves for your special moves, and some of them were just uber broken.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of them for Villager was the balloons. When they were released, they would float up a little bit, and they had explosions. They exploded. So villagers would just hop off the stage, continuously recover, and just spam balloons at people, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff. I feel like NRS is gonna have to patch things a lot quicker than they did before. But it's so much less to patch. Like, you're not patching an entire variation. Like, you got to look at their normals or whatever and go, okay, how does this change the dynamic of the entire move set? It's more than likely just one move you're changing, where it's just like, no, let's nerf that a little. Let's buff that a little.
But also, once the tournament scenes come back on, won't this like really, really slow it down? Because you gotta go into the thing and go.
Okay, initially it's gonna slow things down, as in right now. But once people know where things are and the moves that conflict with each other, it's gonna be very quick to just go, I'm gonna subtract this one and add this one.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that, say you're best of 5 and you're down to, and you're just like, okay, this soul thing ain't working for Shang Tsung. You got to go all the way back. And so
they are creating a new menu in the character select screen.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's a new UI.
That's good.
So
That's good.
Yeah, it's not like you have to go all the way to customize and just go, which one do I? Yeah, no, they're not doing that.
No, that's good. They know.
Yeah.
Get me in there. I'm back in MK11 now. I haven't played that game I played that game on and off, but I haven't played it like heavy in probably 8 months.
I was gonna say,
a
year.
I'm just saying I would hate it. I would be.
There is very much a lot of people are like, this is gonna ruin the competitive scene, and there's very much a lot of people going, this is gonna save the competitive scene.
Because it's just like, I hate fighting the Mii's online because I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're doing right now. So you just like, there are 3 unknown moves that are gonna come at me, and I don't know how exactly to.
But when you look at it like this, you get to see the moves they're picking.
Okay.
So it's not so much just like, I don't know what they're gonna do, and then you get hit and go, okay, they got that one. What else they got?
You gotta learn what is it? 25, 26 characters. And also
34
characters plus all 10 of their unique moves. And
for the original characters, you know a lot of what they can do already. Like, and you're just learning like 2 or 3 more moves with them. And some of them are not nonsensical. Like Scarlet's Killer Clot, I keep talking about it. It is such nonsense. I am honestly afraid that it will get banned in one of those moves where it's like, you cannot use this. But I love Killer Clot so much, and I need it. For anybody that doesn't know, Killer Clot, if it's a little ball on the ground, it stays on the ground for like 2 or 3 seconds. And if your opponent comes close to it, it attaches them to them for like 6 or 7 seconds. During that time, they cannot cancel any of their strings or normals into special moves. And they also cannot use any meter. So if they're on the ground, they cannot roll forward or backwards. If they're getting combo, they cannot break her out.
Trash.
Yes. It is a terrible move. It is so busted. People do not understand. I'm afraid it's going to get banned. But I love Killer Clot, so I want it.
Thank you for listening to this MK11 dissertation by...
Yep.
I love MK. I love NRS.
Now, last thing before we get to politics. DA, you have some words about the latest My Hero chapter.
Big words.
the biggest words that you could possibly imagine.
I'm gesturing with my tiny hands. He should not have made that a reveal. He focused on the who and not the how. Because now we have to wait for the how instead of the it's me. And then you just get, hey, wait, what happened? We don't know. And if you're not invested in that right then and there, you're not gonna care. I personally do not care. Didn't care before, but that's my own personal thing. This is I said this to BG. This is very Naruto-esque. What did I say? Naruto-esque, the least surprising. What was my exact words? That was just me just fuming. I said it's the most BS Naruto-esque, non-surprising anti-reveal I've seen in a while.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Because there are 3 fire users in the entirety of the world that we've seen. And it's just like, I'm your kin. It's like, well, no crap. What?
But his fire
it's me.
was
I'm the 4th Hokage, your daddy. It's like, yes, we know.
Toby Obito,
Yeah,
that.
there it
Yes.
is.
Oh yeah.
That whole thing is like, yeah, we know. Get on with it. And it was like basically no build up. He's seen
He
Endeavor.
dropped it like a wet fart.
He's seen Endeavor like twice. The first time he's on like, yeah, we're gonna have a chat later, and that was it. He's seen Todoroki like once, and it was nothing. It's and then he just goes, I got this bottle of water or whatever, and just drenches his hair, and it's like, so I gotta look back. I'm like, you telling me he never got wet before? I don't believe that, unless that's just some special solution. In which case, get that. It is very, very bad. And me and BG were talking about this, and I'm glad we didn't go too far into this, because BG's, what is it? What would you say? Neutral, leaning towards negative on it?
Oh, yeah, the lean is towards negative.
Yeah, I'm big negative. He goes, yeah, it wasn't treated like a big reveal or anything, or it wasn't treated with any sort of specialness. There are 15 pages in that chapter with 2 splash pages. There are 4 pages that are not dedicated to that. It is a big deal. Deku is seen in one shot.
I feel like the reveal itself wasn't big, but the aftermath is going to be
everything
treated
around
huge.
it. Yes, but the whole chapter is about this thing, so it is treated as a big
next
deal.
2 chapters probably going to be about this thing, honestly. And then chapters after the fact, because either Endeavor's gonna die or he's gonna live and have to face up to all the things he did in the past, and the public going, oh well, this is the #1 hero and he treated his kid like this.
This stop and start Endeavor crap is killing me, because it's like Endeavor bad, then Endeavor did the thing with the Nanomu, and Endeavor good, and then he's trying to get with his family, and then he's training Deku and them and Bakugo and Todoroki, and it's like, why are we having so much Endeavor stuff? And now is this in the middle of all this that's going on? When my girl Himiko got a chapter and a half,
and it was fantastic.
It was great stuff, and this crap is just permeating this entire chapter. I'm like, I don't care.
Now, how would you feel if something like this led to an eventual Endeavor's flip? As in he becomes a villain.
That'd be interesting.
I don't think
that
would happen.
Yeah.
I didn't say it would. I just said, how would you feel about it?
But what's gonna happen outside of this? Just like, oh yeah, that is my son. So either I'm gonna have to try to flip him or kill him. So there's not really anything like interesting. I'm not interested in Todoroki versus his little brother, his big brother, whatever. I'm not interested in that. Why should I be?
Oldest brother? Yeah, he's
oldest. Yeah, he was the firstborn.
Yeah. So I'm just not interested in it. I understand it's like, here's something for Todoroki to do, but what about other people doing stuff? And again, this is not set up properly at all. He was said to be dead, but now he's just not. That's why I'm saying you should have focused on the how instead of the reveal. It's really, really bad.
But this allows them to draw out the how. And you know fans are gonna lap that
Of
up.
course they are. They're lapping it up right now. This is very bad. Unbelievably bad. And I'm just like I'm my faith in this show is lessening by the chat. Shut up, BG.
Oh.
Shut up. Shut up. We know. Hey.
Let's see. I was just. Oh, never mind. Thought for some reason there was a bet going on with something like this, but there's not.
Mm-mm.
And it's just gonna lead to more Todoroki stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And Bakugo's
Great.
And Bakugo's cartwheeling it up too.
Mhm.
Bakugo stay down. Nah, I ain't staying down for great. Fantastic.
Hey, Ida
That's
was
what
there.
we want.
Ida was there.
Yeah, he's there. That's all he's doing. He's here.
Was
he exists.
Hold on. Was he even in
Yes.
a panel?
Yeah, he was in a panel.
Uh-huh.
He probably got a shocked face because everybody's shocked at this news.
It was he was holding Bakugo while back was shown, and then Bakugo's face was shown going, "I'm not staying down. Let's go."
And then
Wow,
Endeavor just casually drops.
Such a tiny panel. Half of his face is shown behind a
Correct.
level.
And then Endeavor just drops it like, yeah, I just got one lung now, but I'm a still fight. It is very poor, and I need this to end very soon. I got my faith back with the Himiko stuff, which was great.
I was about to say the manga, or
no, I meant this arc, this little arc. They need to go on to something else.
Now, is this the worst My Hero arc?
It's the worst for me.
I can't even say it's the worst for you because you got Mirko.
Jeez.
Yeah. The first half of this was amazing.
Jeez.
Everything before Todoroki, I mean not Todoroki, but I always forget that dude's name. Hand dude. Shigaraki. Everything before Tomura. That's why I always go Tomura instead of Shigaraki. Everything before he woke up was great.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, so I can't even say it's the worst for you.
I can.
Because the provisional license exam?
There wasn't anything bad in that. It's just I didn't care.
I still say the forest was
active
terrible.
Bad is worse than nothing. Or like a 6.
A middling.
Yeah.
a not fun bad.
And boring is the worst thing that you can be. Nothing is boring in this, but this is actively bad for me. People who enjoy this, Todoroki fans and all that, people who are invested in family drama and another Endeavor redemption thing, all well and good. For me, this is a very poor quality. And I'm sick of it. Shut up. Shut up.
So what's this about? What's the shut up about?
Oh, because I've been saying for a while that My Hero has been on the downturn, and I'm actually starting to think it's not a good series. I've been saying this for months, if not a year and a half or so. Diaz just like, no.
It can come back. It's fine.
He's like, it's not bad. It's not great right now, but it's not bad.
No, I have actively lost a lot of interest in even keeping up with it. Like I remember a while ago, up until it was a little bit after Deku learned of his second quirk, that around that time was when I stopped like just being excited to read. At that point, it became kind of like the second, like the last bit of Bleach or the last bit of Naruto, where it became just like all right, let me go read this
weekly ritual.
Yeah.
No, once that happened, it was just like I am very tentative because you don't have the goodwill that Oda or somebody else like that has. So it's like you gotta do something. You gotta do something good with this, and he's just not. So that's where I am right now. I'm sick to death of it. do good stuff, and there's actively running things that are doing 5-star stuff, and nobody's talking about it. Comey ain't never getting an anime ever. It's one of the greatest things.
They might.
And it ain't never coming to anything.
They might.
Never.
It would be a hard sell for an anime. It should happen,
Absolutely.
but it would be a hard sell. Granted,
It would be one of those things like, hey, just please, just watch, like, just keep with it. It's really slow. It is not gonna pick up speed, but enjoy that slow little train ride across the country.
I will say there would be some episodes where it's just like they would reuse animation assets because it's the same joke.
Yeah.
her buying sandwiches.
Yep.
And what have you. Yeah, right now Dr. Stone is still very good. Black Clover is actually very good right now.
It's always been.
Ippo was killing it.
One Piece is not even a point of mentioning.
Yeah.
Comey's great.
Chainsaw Man, good. Super is trash. Doo-doo trash. Feces. Piss in your eyes. It's in your mouth. Horrible.
It was never good, so.
There was a time I had
Battle of
hope.
Gods was good.
I had hope.
Boruto exists.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh my! Are they following up with that dumb form? I need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
That new chapter hasn't come out yet, but yeah.
Oh no, Naruto! This form is gonna kill you. Is it? Oh, we're pulling that out. And it looks so bad.
No.
After they've just neutered both him and Sasuke. Just utterly
You have to.
disastrously neutered.
I mean, they were essentially God.
But then they're fighting the Momoshiki clan, who are gods.
DA, the fact that you know that much disappoints me.
But the thing is, like, they don't do anything wowing. There isn't anything that they do, at least that I have seen, where it's just like, oh, this legitimately stands to reason that Naruto and Sasuke would struggle. Sasuke has not used Susanoo for fucking ever. The thing that just, he has a sword that if it touches the thing, they just die. Hasn't used it once. Oh boy.
I keep telling myself I'm gonna get back to Boruto, but
dude, like
I cannot.
I'll get there someday.
You need to
Fairy
find
Tail the 100-Year Quest and whatever the piss Mashima's new thing is, Eating Zero. Boy, I cannot. Oh, it'll just be on my tablet and I'll just be hovering over, just like, do it, you coward. Just take the first step. And I can't do it.
Well, I feel like you have to get like a video that you'd want to revisit for Boruto.
Dude, who's saying Boruto's good?
You know what? There's probably
Someone.
people not as bad as people say or something.
Oh yeah, no, that exists. I've seen it. You'll find it easy enough.
Boruto is actually pretty good.
What is? Oh,
Boruto is a masterpiece.
Yep.
Whoa.
In defense of Boruto. Why Boruto is better than we think.
Dude.
who's defending?
Why Boruto is the perfect protagonist for Naruto.
Just.
Why the Boruto manga is great.
And we can't find nothing with DBZ nowadays. But people are actually nut hugging Boruto?
There you go.
I be fiending for some DBZ.
105 million? If you go back, was that
1.5 mil?
Yeah.
That's still too much.
Right to me.
a masterpiece?
13 minutes, 10 seconds. I gotta assume that's a joke.
It has to be.
I hope it's not.
Man,
And then you two have to read Boruto then.
I could do.
All right. With that, let's get on to the last couple of days. The presidential election happened November 3rd.
The presidential election is not over yet.
Oh,
It's
I wasn't even
started.
trying to insinuate that.
No, the better wording would be the presidential election started on November 3rd. We're still neck deep in it.
Mm-hmm.
I have the election map up currently.
Yep.
We are currently sitting on Friday, November 6th, with Joe Biden at 264 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 214. We are currently still waiting on the finalization of Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
And Alaska.
We're not really counting Alaska.
Hey, they're states.
Yeah, fine. All of their 6 people that live there and the 2 polar bears that have voting rights for
Those votes from Unalaska, Alaska are still coming in, man.
Hey, one of these days I'm gonna visit Alaska, and this is no joke. I've always wanted to visit Alaska.
You know
It's
what, man?
really cool.
Not gonna lie, same. But let me say where we're at right now with the percentages. Georgia currently sits with 49.4% of the state vote in favor of Joe Biden, which is 2,456,845 total votes, compared to Donald Trump's 49.3% of the vote, which is 2,452,825 votes.
That's gonna get recounted.
Oh, they already said it. Georgia's already voluntarily going in for a recount when it's quote unquote finalized.
Bruh, Trump is trying to recount everything.
It's already been thrown out in Pennsylvania, last I saw, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, he lost Michigan by like 150,000 votes. The governor was like,
No, but
okay,
we cheated.
you can revote, you can recount, but I don't see the point. That number too big.
Yeah, for listeners' sake, the differences in vote count in any historical recount, the difference in margin of error has been in the hundreds. That's it. 3 digits, not even 4.
So you're looking at something like Georgia or Arizona, where he's projected to win by like 8 to 12,000. You might be able to get something there where it's just like 8,000 votes being wrong, especially since this is record turnout. 8,000 votes being wrong, sure, that's possible. 40,000, it ain't happening. You lost.
It's the same deal in Pennsylvania, where he is ahead by 49.6% of the vote, 334,633 votes to Trump's 49.2% of 3,307,459. He is down roughly 29,000 votes. You're not going to find that in a recount. It's not probable. So the fact that he has lost Pennsylvania, that is out the cards now. He is essentially guaranteed victory in Nevada still, just because the only places that are still counting now that have a large amount of votes in the 7 digits are Democratic counties still. They're the ones that are still counting. There's only like 2 red rural counties that are counting.
Oh, you're saying that Biden's winning. Okay.
Yeah, Biden. So when it comes down to it, Trump is going to lose by a gap of, let's say, 57, I think. I think was the last number of time I did the math, electoral votes. He's not even...
If all the blue states remain blue, he will have 306 electoral votes, Biden.
Yeah. So the recount that he wants for Georgia, even if it flips red, doesn't matter. Nevada and Pennsylvania alone,
alone.
But I'm adding the 2 guarantees, ones that actually have no chance of turning, because even with a recount, the margin is too wide. With Nevada and Pennsylvania, Biden it has an insurmountable lead. Without both of those states, Trump actually can't even reach 270. He can't even contest the presidency.
Nope.
So it's over.
So yeah,
They just can't say that yet.
how we got to this point. So November 3rd obviously was election day, or voting day. People came out in droves. Mostly that's where basically all of the Republican turnout happened. A lot of states were showing red. Some showed blue for like a hot second. Ohio was blue for a hot second until inevitably I was like, yep, this will be nice while it lasts. And then we turned red. Fucking A, Ohio. Too many farmers.
Bro, I was big mad at Michigan for about a day.
And then Detroit.
And then Detroit cheated its way to another. Bruh,
Suppression.
we took those Republican Trump votes and went, cut them bits in half, shredded them, boxed them out of here. They're just in a landfill somewhere. I don't know. But hey, Biden big winning now, baby. Trump is a dummy.
Trump is hilarious. I love him so
And the
much.
people that follow him are dummies.
I watched that conference and I was dying.
Bruh,
laughing.
It was
It was the funniest
potentially
thing.
the most dangerous speech a president has ever given, and B, potentially the most hilarious speech a president
it
has
was
ever given.
killing me.
He
You
was
know, if you count the legal votes, we easily won if you count the legal votes. Like illegal votes.
this month talking about illegal votes. What are you doing?
At a certain point, he goes, they know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. Suppression. He just said suppression out of nowhere. And I had to stop because I was crying.
It was literally just
suppression.
just saying words.
And I've
Did
just
you
been saying
guys-
suppression to myself for the past day or so. Just quiet. I'll be in the kitchen flipping something like suppression.
You're taking a
Oh
call.
man, this egg ain't turned out right. Suppression.
You're taking a call at work. Oh yeah, this website won't come up. Suppression. What? Oh, did you did you turn it on and off again? Did you suppress the window?
Clear.
Dude, it is.
Did you guys see the Anderson Cooper quote from that speech?
The one where he dude, I've watched a lot of people, so it's all muddling together.
He called
What did he
Trump an obese turtle flipped
Oh,
on
yeah, I
its,
saw that one.
on its shell and flailing in its last dying throes.
And then in 35 minutes, somebody had drew it.
Of course they did. It's the
Mhm.
internet.
I've seen, dude, there have been so many times where people are like, well, there's the president just lying. Talking about fraud in Michigan. No evidence. And I'm just rolling at these people just calling out this shyster.
Freaking the captions as he's giving his speech, like AP has not called this race. President claims things without proof.
Misleading and all this other stuff. He's just on the podium just going, suppression.
Suppress.
What's being suppressed, Trump?
And he's talking about how, yeah, all these votes coming in, biting all these mail-in votes, and not a single one for me. It was like, you said that mail-in votes are for stupid babies. So of course you're not getting any. And he's crying about it. Like, what the dude?
It's his son is just like, we have to have Trump going, if they didn't have anything to hide, why wouldn't they let our people watch them count the votes? And why wouldn't they let you and strong arming people? That's why.
Well, no.
Supporters pushing down doors.
So that whole people watching the vote counting. So he says like we have a lawsuit in place. What that lawsuit actually was that they had representatives in there watching people count votes, and the distance that they had established was 12 feet. The lawsuit was to move closer to 6 feet. That's what the lawsuit was, and the judge was just like, okay. And the reason that they
and now
stopped...
Trump's like, I've won. You see the suppression? You see the fraud?
The reason they stopped...
Like, oh, they're forced to be 100 feet back outside the building. They're basically using binoculars.
And the reason that they stopped counting for a bit in Pennsylvania, that it was reported that they stopped counting, was they had to reconfigure the fucking room to accommodate the 6 feet. Once that was done, they're like, all right, and they went back to it. And then I think in another lawsuit, or maybe it was another state, I don't know, where they were trying to sue for that reason, the judge, I would have to find the exact quote, but the judge was just like, do you have representation in there right now watching the votes being counted? And the lawyer, whoever, was like, I can say that it's a non-zero number. And the judge was just like, yes or no, do you have people in there? Yes. Then what's the problem?
It's insanity.
Like that in Walmart dude just screaming in
The Biden
crime family is still in the election.
There's
That
already...
dude was a meme.
And within the seconds,
Look at his shirt. He is the biggest man meme.
There's already hip-hop remixes of that. Again,
oh yeah, I saw
the internet.
auto-tune within the seconds.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
like,
miss Trump so much.
leading
I'm
up...
so mad.
Dude, he's not leaving the house. He said, I don't believe in this, and he told advisors they're essentially gonna have to drag me out kicking and screaming.
Secret
Oh,
Service
Oh,
is
we
going to
knew
have
that
to
was
drag
going
him
to
out.
happen.
He's not going quietly into that good night.
Of course not.
The
He's not.
Secret
He's
Service serves the American people, not the office of the president. So when it is time to induct the new president-elect, Joseph Biden, he will be removed.
They're already deeming the airspace above Biden's house in Delaware as, like, I forget what the term is, but basically it's a high security area. Planes can't fly over it.
Yep.
But yeah, the big thing though, like kind of going back to the story of how we got
before
here.
you
Go
go
ahead.
back to the story of that, why is it just now that mail-in votes are fraudulent? Never in any other election has anybody going, why are we allowing these fraud, illegal mail votes? It's because you're losing, Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Literally the only reason they're not real.
Oh yeah. Well, let's not forget, even when he was winning in 2016, he was calling it rigged.
And then this bastard had the nerve to go, Detroit and Philly, two of the most corrupt places.
They know all about voter fraud. I'm not gonna get into that, but
they shouldn't be allowed to dictate the most. What are you talking about? You're basically going, their votes don't count. Period. They don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So, the thing that a lot of different political pundits and politicians that were predicting that was going to happen was on election day, there was going to be a red mirage where a bunch of states were going to appear that they were going to Trump, but then quite a few of them, Pennsylvania, Georgia,
Wisconsin,
and there's a couple other states, could not start counting mail-in ballots until election day.
Yep.
Which was stupid.
State law.
It was the
They
Republicans.
tried to have it changed, but it failed.
Because they wanted to keep the narrative of the fraud.
Mm-hmm.
And little by little, states kept flipping over to blue. First Wisconsin, then Michigan. And then just this past Thursday, we had Georgia and Pennsylvania. And credit where credit is due. Stacey Abrams
Oh, she was killing
probably
it.
single-handedly helped Biden win Georgia.
Oh yeah.
She helped 800,000 disenfranchised voters get registered and vote this election. Because she got fucked over for the governor race, and she just went, never again.
Yep.
So yeah, credit where credit is fucking due. keep running for public office, please. We need people like
Next
her.
time she'll probably win, to be honest.
But yeah, Thursday morning was when Georgia flipped over, and then Pennsylvania flipped over. And yeah, Pennsylvania alone, right now,
Oh yeah.
would give Biden the win.
Oh yeah.
Georgia
Well,
was
no,
the cherry on top.
Nevada would give Biden
Yes,
the win.
but like it was basically people were reporting that there's going to be a greater differential in Pennsylvania than there is going to be in Nevada.
Oh, for sure, because there's still another 200,000 or 100,000 votes left in Pennsylvania still at this point to count.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's still going to win Nevada.
Yep.
But he only needs the 6 more electoral votes that Nevada holds to win the office. But the fact that he's going to take Penn and Nevada alone means that Trump won't even break 260.
Mm-hmm. So yes, they, recounts that are still happening, but as Ralph said, Biden is more than likely going to be, almost certainly going to be the next president of the United States. The unfortunate thing currently, there are some special elections that are going to be happening in Georgia, but it doesn't look like they'll flip the Senate.
Yeah.
It's going to be a split Senate, though.
Okay.
That is how it is looking right now. It's not looking like they're going to have a outright majority. It's looking like it's going to be a split Senate.
Okay.
That is what's being projected, and that's honestly the numbers are kind of proving that to be true. Because there is another runoff, I believe, in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, there's that's basically the only thing that's going to be, at least for 2 years, more than likely not a whole lot's going to get done.
I can't actually fully agree to that because there's a possibility, not saying it's a probability, there's a possibility that in the wake of Trump's exit, a lot of these Republicans are going to need a image reshaping because Trumpism is no longer the state of power of the day. I think that especially since it is Biden and he has been around a long time and he kind of knows how to work with Republicans, he can get enough on his side to get a good amount done. Not everything that
the only issue with that is McConnell.
But that's another thing.
If he's still majority leader.
He's a wild card in that regard right now. We don't know. Because he's been very big and blustery about, if a Democrat's elected, I won't let a single thing through. Barack Obama was president and shit still went through, right? Thing is, and that was with a black man as president. Joe Biden's a white guy. He's an old white guy who's been in politics a long time. If anybody can get some of the shit done he wants to get done, it'd be an old white guy who's been around a long time. To be fair.
Yeah.
So I can't say unequivocally that I agree that it's impossible for him to get things done, or that it's going to be even hard for him to get things done. Will it be easy? No. But I think if anybody has the wiggle room necessary to play we need this to get done if we want to get things back moving, to kind of get done. So it's going to be one of those games we play where it's very touch and go. Mm-hmm. And I think the first few months of his presidency will kind of outline the way our government will function for the next 4. So they very well.
At least for the next 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be a flip.
True. There's more elections. Yeah, there's that possibility. But I mean, still, regardless, the first few months will still dictate how the rest of his presidency goes.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing is how will the Senate and a more closely numbered House, too. Let's not forget that. Yep. The Republicans have taken 5 seats, I think, at the moment from Democrats in the House.
They have a net rating of 5. Yep. Net gain.
Yep. So there's a lot of back and forth that's going to have to happen here, and I don't know. I kind of think that Biden may have a shot at actually getting a reached hand to go across the aisle in success.
Yeah. First thing that needs to fucking happen is COVID relief. Jesus
That
fucking Christ.
he's already said that's his first idea. His first deal is to deal with COVID.
Oh, and you know Trump's not doing it because he was talking about doing it after the election is over.
Yeah.
He's gonna stab his feet and go, "Y'all don't get nothing. Y'all ain't vote for me."
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So my theory, I was actually just talking to this earlier. My theory is that he's talked a lot about how he's going to relieve, the whole COVID situation. I think he's going to shut the country down.
Has to.
First thing. But if he does that, I'm pretty sure he's going to push through a rent freeze, a mortgage freeze, and a monthly
Stipend
for American citizens. And if he hasn't said yes or no to this, but it would be intelligent to bolster the economy through this, even with the monthly stipend for Americans, a federal funded pay increase for essential workers, a COVID pay,
a hazard pay.
Exactly. But through the federal government, and it's not putting a burden on the employer. Yeah,
the businesses themselves.
So there's no fighting it. So if you're getting essentially an extra $200, a paycheck, or $250 or whatever they were talking about, because the Democrats were talking about this. And if they put that through, I mean, if people aren't stuck having to pay rent and their mortgage and they've got this money coming in, they can continue to buy groceries and have it delivered. They can go out and get their groceries. They can, afford to live and buy clothes and buy supplies. And the economy doesn't come to the same halt it did before.
This is the thing. People are so against things like pay increase because they're afraid it's going to cripple businesses and cripple the economy. Where do they think that money goes? Do they think people just put that money in their bank forever and just never buy anything?
Well, that's because that's what the rich do.
Yeah,
You
have 37 boxes of Amazon in the living room at this very second.
House stuff.
Yeah.
If you look at my bank account, it's just like there's been months, especially in the COVID times, where I've spent outside of like the essential thing.
Taco
I spent
Bell,
maybe
$100.
Taco Bell.
Oh
boy.
Yes, but you also didn't have to worry about things like groceries and stuff like that.
I'm saying purely outside of the needs. The wants are very low.
Yeah, but you're also a person that no matter what time, you don't buy clothes.
Exactly.
You
said you act like people are just going to sit on that money.
The people that are going to sit on the money are sitting on their money regardless.
There you go.
And that's what it is. Let's face it, a majority of the Americans right now who are in that desperate of need have families. Their kids are growing and need new clothes regularly. Their kids consume more food than a normal adult does because they're growing. So this money will literally keep the economy going, function. It'll keep the wheels greased, as it were. And if you do that and everybody stays home because they don't need to go anywhere, there's no fear of having to work, X job because they're getting their money in normally through these stipends.
And also aren't worried about their rent and mortgage.
Exactly. COVID numbers plummet really. And if we keep things in control until this vaccine or whatever comes through, and he's already said he's going to distribute it free of charge via the military or whatever the hell. What's the state version of the military? God, I'm forgetting the
National Guard.
National Guard. Thank you. Yes, through the use of National Guard. I mean, that is how we solve this. That is how we fix this. And
hey, but here's a way to fix it. We beat it. Go out.
But all that crap is well and good. But funnier to have Trump. What's the better medicine than laughter, right?
DA
laugh that COVID away.
DA is the epitome of the "this is fine" dog.
Oh yeah. Versus to answer your question, people who ignore the shutdown, they get arrested.
Heavy fine.
No
First time
government
offenders,
check
heavy
for you.
fine.
Oh yeah, heavy fine. Honestly, ankle bracelet. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't care at this point because let's face it, at that point, with everything in place, if you're still ignoring the law of the land and going out, you are, in essence, committing attempted murder. The argument could be made. Is it a clean argument? No, but it could.
Bruh, lawyers and judges are all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But can the average
They'll
Joe
convict
be able
them
to
in
handle
ham
that?
sandwich.
Exactly. And once people start seeing that this is not a joke, that things are being enforced, oh, it's gonna be a situation.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
for
the
instance-
main issue with our original shutdown.
Mhm.
People thought it was a joke because things either weren't getting enforced or the president himself was going, stop it. You can go out, blah, 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 blah. So it's just like, well, the president says it, so you doing? You gonna give me a fine, please? And it's just like, okay, whatever.
There's no federal push to enforce the rule of law when it comes to this. Like even in Indiana, because of that, the governor was just like, we're going to believe in the, what was his wording? We're going to believe in the honor of Hoosiers. We're going to keep to the honor code when it comes to mask wearing. No one's actually going to get a fine. We're not going to request anybody get a fine. It's the honor code. Man, nobody, not even 50% honors that quote unquote honor code. It doesn't exist.
People are selfish pigs.
So, but then again, it comes down to who polices the police who don't want to do this, because the police unanimously almost support Trump and this whole ridiculous agenda.
Let them bastards quit.
Exactly.
I don't give a, do your job or get fired.
Exactly. People want to fix the police. This is how we do it. The ones who don't want to follow the law, they leave. People who do, they get the job. This gives us the perfect time to cull the unwanteds. So
let's get in there, Hitler. Let's do it.
In a nice and non-violent manner, unlike what Steve Bannon was trying to insinuate for Dr. Fauci and the FBI director.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
No.
Steve Bannon, who was a White House advisor before,
advisor to the president.
He runs Breitbart.
And the owner of Breitbart.
Yeah, Breitbart.
A ultra right wing conservative.
Yeah.
News source, I'm gonna call it.
It's super
propaganda machine.
Yeah, there you go. He on a live stream was saying that Trump should mount Fauci and then I'd forget the FBI director's name, mount their heads on pikes and put them outside of the Oval Office windows as a warning.
This isn't Game of Thrones.
Immediate banned on YouTube as well as other platforms.
Oh yeah.
Just immediate.
Ridiculous. Also, speaking of banning on, dude, if Trump doesn't get banned from Twitter after his presidency is over, Twitter is just it's just scum. Because every tweet of his is just like, this may contain misinformation. This may,
dude, it's the best.
Well, it's not. I don't know.
There was something that I saw. I'm guessing this is like a bigger meme, but it showed Trump's Twitter, and then it transitioned. There's some sad anime opening music playing, and it was just it shows an emo anime character. And it was just I guess I was the president. Whatever. I need to find
saw him walking away from the podium doing sad ending anime music. I've heard the Hulk theme while he's walking away from the podium. Dude, hilarious. Are we almost out of here?
Uh-oh. What's this?
This is perfection. This is perfection.
Oh, is it the people dancing in the streets of Philly?
People dancing in the streets of Philly to Rage Against the Machine.
With Trump? Oh, lovely.
Old white people.
He's so stiff.
I feel
and everybody's just got their back to them.
Yeah, he's just got
and nobody's paying attention.
And
the woman's way too into it.
And again, Rage Against the Machine. Just think for a second.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
No, but
The
they're the chosen
machine-
whites.
The machine are the fraudulent Democrats that are allowing this election to get stolen, not our savior Donald J. Trump.
But they're the
Count-
chosen whites.
Counterpoint, no.
Oh, you're correct. You know what? You're completely right.
Oh man. Yeah. the
If
guy
we're
looks-
almost out of here,
The guy looks like his legs are gonna break with every step he takes.
dude,
All right.
he looks decrepit. Before we get out of here, Square Enix reports a
Oh.
$62 million US loss due to Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah. Forgot about that one.
Kawoosh.
The rough one.
Whoa.
Microtransactions and all.
Loss.
Yeah.
You know this had to be like a $200 million game. And it's not selling.
Yeah.
This would have sold way more if it was just some good like 12-hour single player story.
No, it's got to be an experience with multiplayer and raids and all this other stuff. Nah,
Nope.
and that's just
Didn't
a
they
big
learn from
old
Anthem
oopsie.
though?
You think the company owners think like that? They don't. This one failed. Probably it was the fault of the game itself. This is a AAA brand.
It's Marvel. Marvel can't fail.
Oh God, it failed.
You turned to the comic industry a few years ago.
Bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum,
There it is
ba-dum,
again. All right, Mr.
Yeah,
Factman.
that's it.
Fact us up, fact man.
Yeah, that is gonna be 25 facts about turtles.
Are they on their back, flailing in the sun,
Obese.
experiencing its death throes?
Are they named after artists and famous painters?
We'll
The Last
do-
Ronin's pretty good.
I hear good things about The Last Ronin.
We'll
I
do,
checked it out. Pretty good.
Let's do 6 since that's the amount of votes that Biden electoral votes that Biden needs.
There we go.
In the Amazon, butterflies will drink the tears of turtles to provide the necessary sodium in their diet.
What? Just sad turtles and
That is a
these
metaphor.
majestic butterflies flying down like this sustains my literal life.
Biden is literally feeding off of Trump's tears for the
I
presidency.
need
my
your sadness.
God, that is
like
hardcore.
It's like Cartman licking the tears of Scott Peterman after he made him eat his parents. Just like so yummy and sweet. What are you
And
doing?
you think butterflies? It's like lovely, peaceful. These butterflies are just like your sadness sustains me.
You can't get your salt anywhere else.
Nowhere else. It has to be here.
And what in the butterfly's mind goes, oh, a turtle's crying. Yes, now I can
Yeah,
drink and
is
get
there-
my salt intake.
Is there nothing else that they can find that cries?
I'm sure some wheat got some salt in it. What's going on?
Okay.
Go to the ocean, dang!
No, the turtle tears are the perfect saline solution. But Versus wanted to hear 18.
18.
I don't think you can top the butterfly one, but let's find out.
What could? How about Kanye West getting dozens of thousands of votes?
That's another thing we didn't mention. Your
I had
little
to
thread was great.
Where I had to flame on the stage that did it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah, it
BA.
was fun.
18 just deals with the sex of turtles and the temperature of incubation in the eggs. It's not good.
Okay.
It's more factual than funny
Yeah.
or weird.
Literal fact.
We got the literal best one. Thank you, Mike.
Yes.
All
I mean,
right.
I think with that we'll depart this podcast with that. Nice little. turtle
Nah, nah,
climax.
nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey,
My president meme.
Goodbye.
I'm so sad.
You don't think there's gonna be Biden memes, dude?
But it's not good because he's competent.
Oh,
and Trump
he's-
ain't.
That's what you're gonna get. You are not gonna get President Vaughn meme.
And
You
that's
know, true.
all he is.
So what country do we think he's fleeing to?
Not Russia
Oh.
because Putin's got Parkinson's.
Oh yeah, there's that
that's a
too.
wrap.
Actually, I wanted to propose a potential bet
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
dealing with Trump. So we are nearing episode 200.
Okay.
Do we think? So that would be 3 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we
Potentially.
think yes? By episode 200, will Trump be thrown out of the office?
No.
Doesn't he have until January once Biden
does.
gets sworn in?
January is
Yeah.
next inauguration.
Okay. Let's see. So, if we go, let's see, skip 2 weeks for holidays. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have like 7 or 8 episodes. It's when's inauguration? Isn't that like the second week of January?
I believe so.
So like 8-ish episodes to where Biden would get sworn in. So that would be episode
Maybe.
205.
He will not get thrown out.
I also believe that
Right.
he
I don't think
will
he's-
leave with his dignity.
I don't think he's going to get thrown out, but that brings up another question actually. If and when the numbers are solidified and are no longer arguable, does he flee the country?
This is what I was gonna say. He's going to do like the Browns or the Oilers and just pack up in the middle of the night and take the team somewhere else.
That would be the Browns.
I can picture it with Mike Pence just coming up in a emergency announcement and just claiming that the president has stepped down from his office, of his own volition, and he has left the country out of.
I don't think he would say left the country. I believe he will say he has left the White House of his own volition and he is no longer actively doing anything. Just so the American people don't go, oh, this motherfucker left.
Maybe, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I think people are still gonna say this motherfucker left.
Yeah, but there's no proof of it. And Trump's whole thing is doubt.
Yeah.
Like a seed of doubt. It's just like, all he has to do is say suppression and fraud, and people are going, are we going to allow this fraud and this suppression?
Suppression.
It comes down to how strong does this pushback come, which it's already seeming like if even Fox News cuts off his news press conferences now, it's over. He's got no support left.
There was only one place that left it up, and that's because it was just so fraudulent. He was lying so hard. People were like, yeah, cut away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know personally. I'm more hopeful that once things solidify and he knows there's no getting out of his loss, that he just leaves.
Here's a better question.
I don't think
I hope. Go ahead.
I don't think
PG.
he will.
Once it's solidified, are there riots? Are there Black Lives Matter-esque things going on?
No. I can say no, without a doubt. The conservative base is too much of a bunch of cowards. They will
And also,
only
did
act
you
when they
see-
think they can be backed up, and Trump no longer holds power.
Did you see the people outside the Cobo Center going, don't stop the count?
Mm-hmm.
They're a bunch of old white people.
Old white people.
They ain't out there.
But there's also a bunch of people with guns. All it takes is a couple too many. It's just like, let's shoot up some businesses.
Well, there was a QAnon like potential attack that was going to happen in Pennsylvania from Virginia.
Oh yeah, where he drove from. Like, these people are monsters.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, that if you want to be entertained too, one final little tidbit: 4chan is collectively
On fire.
pissed off at libertarians
Mhm.
for voting for Joe Jorgensen. I think that's her.
Yep. Joe Jorgensen.
Jorgensen, sorry. Yeah, just people are just like, if they didn't vote for her and voted for Trump, which that's an assumption, that they would vote for Trump. Yeah.
Honestly, I know a few libertarians who voted Trump, actually.
Hmm.
Libertarians are just left-leaning conservatives.
All right. With that, we will end this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. Maybe next week we'll have a confirmation. If I had to guess, probably not. And then
I honestly think so. They're
Trump-
ready to call it tonight.
Trump already said he's going to fight everything in every way that he can. He's talking about he's going to fight. He's going to fight until the very second that he can't, which is
Yeah, the
sometime in
problem is
December.
that the Supreme Court has already said they don't want any part of it.
We'll see.
So
This is Trump we're talking about.
I think he's going to be thrown out kicking and screaming.
And then I'm out.
You
like a
trying
thief in the night.
to suppress Von meme? You can't.
I feel it in my bones.
No, that's his home.
I'm pretty sure he's just gonna.
I think there's an SNL skit where he's like on a like someone playing Trump is on a bouncy ball and like in a kindergarten class and Pence is trying to get him out. He's like, I don't want to go. I don't want.
You think Trump listens to Pence, or that Pence has any sway over what Trump does or says? Funny.
Oh no, I'm just saying that was the skit.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure he treats Pence like the kid just waiting for candy. Like, all right, you're gonna go do this thing. Here's a gumdrop. Go do the thing, and that's it. And Pence calls mother, and then she gets him a flight.
All right. Thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week
With a new president, hopefully. Later.
Nope.